Doom and Bloom Survival, you have two goals. One goal is to accumulate assets until you reach the required quantity or more to win the game. The second is to scout a certain number of required locations, different in every game, return to Center City, and choose a final destination. The first player to successfully scout their final destination with the required resources is the winner. The board is split up into various regions. Regions in orange or yellow are raider-controlled. Areas that are not those colors are safe zones. The board has various icons representing food, fuel, weaponry, survivors, and medical supplies. When you land on an icon in a safe area, you initiate an event. When you land in any raider-controlled hex, you initiate an attack. The board has several mountain and water features that are impassable, except on crossings marked in yellow. These crossings are controlled by raiders, and you must survive an attack before you can proceed. The edges of the board have 6 towns in different colors and 4 hospitals. These may be scouted to fulfill objectives and obtain medical supplies. The game begins with each player rolling all 6 dice. The highest roll starts the game and continues clockwise. Each player takes a player mat, 5 track markers, and draws a character card at random and takes the matching pawn. Each player then places the track markers on the values displayed on the character card. Each character has a certain number of base resources or assets that are particular to the individual. You will use your player mat to mark these beginning assets with the track markers provided. Each player starts on Center City, the large hex in the middle of the board. Center City is controlled by raiders, so you cannot stay there. Each player picks locations to scout from the felt bag provided and places them on the player mat in the order they were picked. For a short game, pick just one location. Normal games have 2 locations to scout, and a long game has 3. The first player rolls 1 die, which will give them 1, 2, or 3 spaces to move. Exit Center City in any direction you desire, only moving up to the number that you rolled. Notice that I rolled a 3, but only moved 2 spaces to get to the resource, fuel, that I wanted. I now draw an event card. It tells me that to succeed, as indicated by the green icon, I have to roll an 11 with my 5 encounter die. I do, so I succeed. I gain the resource on the board plus the reward on the card and adjust my track markers. If I had failed to roll an 11 or greater, I would have gained nothing, as indicated by the red fail icon. When you cross an impassable hex, you may choose to bypass it by using a crossing. When you land on a yellow crossing hex, you initiate an attack, as it is controlled by raiders. Event failures rarely cost you resources, but attack failures do. The rewards for success, however, are greater. Here I want to scout a destination on the other side of the river. I land on a crossing and initiate an attack. I am attacked by 11 raiders and must roll an 11 or greater to succeed. I roll more than that and have survived the attack, and now may choose to move my pawn to any other crossing adjacent to that feature, or move through the impassable feature to collect resources. In this case, I move all the way to the crossing at the other end of the river. There's never more than one event or attack in one turn, so I do not initiate an attack even though I ended my turn on another raider-controlled crossing. Certain hexes give you the opportunity to get a bonus card in addition to the assets. These are hospital and town hexes. Bonus cards give you various actions that can be performed at any point in the game, regardless of whose turn it is, unless otherwise indicated on the card. There are a number of ways to obtain bonus cards, which can be real game changers. When you arrive at a town, you initiate an event. If you succeed, you gain a resource of your choice, a survivor, and a bonus card. If the card is your current scouting objective, turn the token over to show the town with the X crossed over it. You may not enter a town more than once a game unless it is your final destination. In this case, the survivor that I received allowed me to reach a milestone. Milestones are indicated by the red numbers on the player mat. When you reach a milestone, you receive a bonus card and a resource of your choice. Juggling these resources is one key to winning the game. Once you have scouted all of your objectives, return to Center City for your family. This initiates an attack. Draw an attack card and resolve. If you survive, gain 1 of each resource and a survivor. Now you must choose your final destination from the felt bag. Once chosen, place the town disc on the player mat designated final location. Before you can enter your final location, you must have the required assets for the game type you are playing. When a player has successfully scouted their final location before anyone else, they win the game. They've found a place to settle.